In Colorado, there's over 180,000 children living in poverty. Poverty affects children in so many different ways. Children might not attend the first day of school because they don't feel prepared, because they don't have the appropriate tools that they need to succeed. They may not have access to clothing or basic needs. These children don't have the opportunity to participate in extracurricular activities. A Precious Child really is focusing on looking at the child as a whole and really seeing what we can do to ensure that these children are able to thrive.
This is my third visit to Precious Child, and every visit has been extraordinary. I'm a disabled veteran. I'm a single father of a 7-year-old little boy named Caden, and I'm currently living off my service-connected disability, which doesn't give us much. And so to make ends meet so that my son does not see the struggle that I go through, I have reached out to Precious Child to see if there's any available resources. Simple clothes, simple shoes, socks, just really brightens his day. And so I cannot thank enough how wonderful this program is. So for example, my son, Caden, has gone to school his first year at Arapahoe Ridge Elementary. I did not, at that time, have a backpack or the basic necessities for pencils, pens, a ruler, even a basic calculator. And stuff like that does add up and is not always in my budget. And so I was just fortunate enough that Precious Child had a backpack ready and waiting for my son to go to school without any worry, and that he can start school accordingly and with a huge smile on his face that there's no worries and all those worries are behind him.
So backpacks, school supplies, clothing are all extremely important. If each one of us think back to our school experience, imagine not having those items. And sad to say, sometimes, kids, why didn't you bring your supplies? Why don't you have this? Well, sometimes there's a deeper story behind it than just not remembering to bring supplies. So it's a huge impact because we're asking them to perform a task, we're asking them to be students, and we're not giving them the tools that they need to be students. I am given thank yous and hugs, and there's a lot of tears shed just over backpacks.
My name is Jenny Garrett. I have my 8-year-old granddaughter. I've had custody of her for about 5 years. She was part of a dependency and neglect case. My son and his wife's family were no longer able to take care of her, and so that was about a year worth of legal issues, and I have had her ever since. When she came to me, she basically had the clothes on her back. She had nothing. At 3 years old, she was still on a bottle. She would spend, they estimate, about 20 hours a day locked in her room by herself. So she was real careful with her things. She's always been kind of a hoarder, and she likes to keep those things around her. So it's really important for her to have her books and her toys and her things. So she builds this little group around her because she was so far behind when it came to even interacting with other people and with her social skills. When I was trying to figure out how to save the funds, even going to like the Salvation Army or the Goodwill or something, that was just money I could not afford to spend on that. And when I found out that I could just come and it was all free, it was like, that was a miracle to me, because when there was no charge to me at all, didn't know how that was going to work out, but I knew that that was something that I needed right then. Just to keep her safe and to keep her happy was taking everything that I had. And it took a long time for any of her services to come through, like Medicaid and things like that. So there was so much out of pocket in the beginning, I didn't know how we were going to do it.
A lot of my clients are kinship, so that's a family member, grandparents, aunts, uncles, siblings that are taking care of family, other children in the family. And they just need some extra support. This was not planned in their lives. In Colorado, we have more than 180,000 children in poverty. So let's look at solutions for this problem. And one of the solutions, as we know, is access to education. And students can't thrive in education unless they have the tools. And the tools can be school supplies, computers, but tools are also having clothes, the basic needs that they need to be able to thrive. And so A Precious Child is trying to help with that, and we are trying to reach out, and we work with all of our agency partners and individuals to help break the cycle of poverty through education.
The first time I was up here, I couldn't believe how much you actually would allow anyone to have. And so when I went home, it was just like, oh my gosh, you should see all the wonderful things. And she loves to go with me, go through the bags and check everything out, and she can't wait to see what it is that we've got, because there is quite a bit, and when you come home with 3 bags of stuff, it's just like, wait till you see the books that I got you, wait till you see what I found. So she's excited when I come home with the bags. People look at her and they say things like, I can't believe, we see people, maybe some of them once a year, and they're like, I can't believe how much she's changed and how she's grown up and how she's articulating, and so she's up where she needs to be in height and weight, and doing very well in school. But I think it's because she's kind of been allowed to work through all of that trauma and had some stability. So when I visit a precious child, I feel valued. They are very courteous and they have been wonderful to work with.
I come to a precious child with my great-grandma. Before I can get bullied about certain things, like what I'm wearing, or just because people don't like it. At the beginning of the year, I would always wear black leggings just like this and a big pink hoodie, and that's like all I would wear, and a ponytail, and everyone always was like, why do you always wear that? And then I came here and I found some really cute clothes and I started wearing them more, and then I changed up my look and I got more compliments. I got a black tank top and it has a picture of a pug and it says Pug Life, and I really like that because I really like pugs, and I actually have another shirt that says Rock, Roll, and Pugs, and I really like that. And it's kind of my confident shirt, so sometimes when I don't know what to wear or I'm feeling unconfident, I'm like, oh, my pug shirt. And I just throw it on and I'm like, yes, let's go to school now.
I think I have the best job in the world. I get to see a huge impact that we're having on these children and families, and really see just the growth of these children. We can't do what we do without the support from the community. So we need volunteers and we need donors, both in kind and monetary, to make this mission a reality. We can't do this alone, and so we desperately need help, from all the way from volunteers donating clothes in the resource center to monetary donors for our programming so that we can serve 13,000 children with backpacks. That stuff doesn't come free, and we need help from the community to make sure that happens each year.
So donations come in all forms and sizes, and everybody has a talent or an area that they can use to help somebody else, and they realize that everybody has something to give, and we are very thankful for it.
I am a precious child.
I am a precious child.